We don't know much yet. Our brains aren't very formed. Think about how overwhelming it must get. First, at birth, we practically only function from basic brain structures. Ancient reptilian parts that keep us breathing. Feeding from mother, hearts are beating, heat is regulated, we're always seeking comfort. But most important, even back then, we started seeing each other. We see our mom and think we are her. And why wouldn't we? I'm just a baby, man. I ain't used to sensory data flooding me. At that age, we cannot self-reflect. The medial prefrontal that allows this as adults has not developed yet. So fascinatingly, it's our mom's job to reflect us back and adore us, functioning as our own external prefrontal cortex. And while there's no sense of self yet, as far as infant children go, mom mirrors us back, a surrogate self until we can build our own. It looks like this. A child plays with a toy, looks, mom's face filled with joy. Child learns that her actions are good and the world's safe to enjoy. But imagine mom's been drinking, she's wasted, destroyed, loses patience with a daughter who looks up at her face. She's annoyed. Instead of safe expression of self, fear changes the story, forming neural pathways of shame and dissociation void of imagination. So how we're seen in those precious moments affects our focus of whether we like to feel or suppress emotions. If your caretaker welcomes all your emotional moods, you internalize how to self-soothe and to cope with the blues. But conversely, if we cry and they get upset or neglected, then we don't learn how to regulate mood or to feel connected. In early years, these disturbing fears nourish the brain as good as filling a baby bottle with German beer. Let me oversimplify. Serotonin is well-being, dopamine is reward. Oxytocin is intimate touch plus love and support. When we look up and see smiling faces from being adored, the brain is bathed in them, prompting development at its core. Corticotrophin releasing factor paired with safety activates neural growth in a baby, but it pains me that this is often not the case. Babies who learn fear or get affected by neglected parents that aren't there don't integrate or make connections the same, just like some screws missing, and grow up anxious, stress is peaking, plus a weakened immune system. And since birth, we've basically all been let down, disappointed, plus rejected, abandoned, battered, bruised, pissed, and destroyed. It's no wonder we're this annoyed at people that miss appointments or flake and ditch us. We eventually sit at home and avoid it. Socially anxious because the amygdala in a brain that protects us tends to learn things it's scared of but doesn't like to forget them. So we just get more shut down, afraid that people will hurt us. So eye contact, why would I want that or even encourage it? Here's why. We have the built-in technology to get past the chaotic tragedy, with neuroplastic brains designed to change and rewire adaptively. As Diana Fosha put it, we're hardwired for healing. That's why being accepted by others is so appealing. Feeling understood and seen, reminded of the good of your being, relaxes the midbrain and allows creative growth to flood the scene. And we don't need drugs to do this. Ain't no need for prescription. It's not alternative wisdom. It's technology that's always existed. Even if our moms didn't see us right as infants, well, the truth is, pal, the cingulate brain is still intact as adults, so we could do it now. Every psychiatric disorder at its roots has something to do with the pain of exclusion. It traps the brain in a state of confusion. But today I'm saying to you, we could change it by staying true to our tribal ancestors that were way attuned. The simple question of, how are you doing, can be deeply moving. In an age of Donald Trump where Donald Duck is better at being human. Building security ain't a gift from above, but it does echo what we often call unconditional love. And before you want to walk away saying that I'm just all cliche, applying science merit to Ed Sheeran lyrics till you want to stop the tape, actually, those pop cultural messages of love saving the day underscore what psychotherapy does in a basic way. But therapy is just one route to undo a painful past. A hug is the same as that, and a form of love too. Basic kindness, warm eyes and asking questions, being curious towards each other first instead of getting defensive. Listening to emotions, don't think they're only erratic. No, homie, that's how relationships are kept homeostatic. Even better is if in some kind of way you somehow say that no matter how great the pain that you felt, I will walk away, and I might not have the words to fix it, but my commitment here on this day is that I'm going to sit with you so you get listened to. Tell me the worst thing, but I'm going to stay with you. Our youthful spontaneity isn't gone. It just likes to hide. Yes, that sucks, but our chemistry restores to self-compassion when we have respect and love. That's what I mean by seeing. And this ain't only believing. It's through biological evidence. So the scholars agreeing. I could say that love is why we're here without having to act, because it is not conjecture, it's scientifically backed. That's what community is. A place where it's safe to be seen. A place of play, creation, imagination, and dreams. And we're wired to work that way. That's our nature. We're not pretending. And the best part is y'all are contributing and doing it by attending. The frying pan of Iron Man's not as metal as how the Science Slam links individuals to this entire clan. So why devise a plan with a diagram with a truce right here inside your hand? Be good to each other and come alive again. Thank you.